it's Yulia from Awesome Healthy, and Grant Campbell, the ultra-marathoner, fruitarian man, is back. And this time he's not going to talk about sport, he's going to talk about love. All we need is love in the end. So Grant, firstly, tell us about your race. Recent race.
Okay, in less than 24 hours ago I finished a 100-mile race that I completed within 24 hours. I came second. It was extremely hot. It was really tough out there. I drank mostly coconut water. I drank 26 coconuts in the 24 hours, and one papaya and about 12 or 13 mangoes. And yeah, had a wonderful time out there. A lot of great people out there doing very inspiring things.
Super. So there was 4 people, 4 fruitarians running this race. Another guy running 24 hours, and me and Paul ran 6. Yoo-hoo. Treat rocks. Grant, let's talk about love. Yeah? And why love is important as part of your success on a low-fat, raw vegan lifestyle.
Well, I'd say self-love is very important in life in general, and unfortunately a lot of people don't kind of grow up with that. It's not nurtured into their lives as they're growing up with their families, and so they have to figure it out for themselves. But transitioning to a raw diet in particular can be very challenging without self-love. If you're attached to having some particular body image, then it can make it really challenging to just do all the day-to-day things that you need in order to get to that image. Because whenever you have a sort of a bad day or an emotional day or a step, people just tend to just fall back to what they knew before. Whenever they feel vulnerable, say if I go out and do an ultra marathon and I'm not, solid in loving myself and wanting to give myself the best in every moment, then I'm going to go back to some cooked diet or go back to whatever it might be that
I guess especially if you don't do what you wanted to do, if you don't achieve your results, and I think this is so important. When you don't experience good days, these are the days, when you're meant to love yourself, but people just want to blank them out. Just like, get rid of these days, they're not happening. But they are, and this is the time to accept yourself.
I think I remember when I first transitioned to a raw diet that I found it really easy to go vegan, but deciding to go raw, I just remember a couple of days where it just really played on my mind, because to me at that time, it wasn't about the animals or about saving the environment or about others. I was going raw. I would have been going raw just for my own health, and I didn't think I was worth it at that time. And so I really struggled with, do I really want to choose this? Do I really want to give up all those foods that I used to love the taste of and go out and eat with other people? But unfortunately I did choose the self-love option, and I never looked back, because it's amazing. But just when you're caught up in that stimulation of eating salted foods and burned foods, it can be hard to see where you really want to end up, where you want to go.
I think that another important thing to clarify is loving yourself really means making the best choices you can make for yourself, rather than, I just love myself, I'm going to treat myself with some pizza or whatever it is. That's not love, actually, because you're harming yourself. So it's many people confuse that. Love myself, treating myself and getting off, and just then of course you don't feel as good. But yeah, I guess eventually the more you love yourself, the more you get to a place where you simply do not want to get to a place where you don't feel good, and it kind of happens. Do you find the same thing?
Well, I think it's interesting what you said. I find a lot of people really struggle with choosing things that aren't harmful to their bodies, because they feel like if they're depriving themselves of something, then they feel bad and stressed about that. So it makes it really hard for them to choose something healthy, because it's not really what they want. I find that discipline, willpower, just like a really strong mind, can be really beneficial in the short term, but you've got to surround yourself with support, surround yourself with things you love, and you can do this over time, and hopefully do it before your discipline, willpower and strength runs out. And then the more you get immersed in a healthy lifestyle, the easier it becomes, because it just feels so good. I feel my best in every moment this way. Eating, just low fat, eating like 80-10-10 style, raw vegan. I'm always hydrated. I'm always race ready. I ran 100 miles yesterday, and I feel like I could do it again today.
Yeah,
it's wonderful. I wouldn't trade it for all the world. So.
Exactly, and yeah, experiencing this feeling of vibrancy, of life, and connection to your body is just, I don't know, it's the greatest blessing and an opportunity to really grow and understand that you are not just an animal that is unconscious and makes unconscious choices, that you're a conscious being in a human form, and then you really grow through that. So
another thing I found out, took me quite a while to learn, was the idea of letting go of expectations. We all set these expectations and have these grand goals, and it's fine to have goals, but to not be attached to a specific outcome. That's what an expectation is. Because when you don't achieve that goal, it's really crushing, and it's disappointment, and it lowers your self-esteem, and it lowers your self-love, and brings you down, and that's not the way to get where you want to go. Whenever there were times where I fell off the raw wagon and went back and ate some cooked food again. It was always vegan, but I didn't feel as good, and I didn't feel good about myself when I did that. But on the positive side, I never really beat myself up about it too much. Like, I never saw myself as a failure. It was just, my journey was just, the goal isn't to just hit bullseye every time, but aim at the bullseye. Learn what is the bullseye, what is the target I'm aiming at, and at least when you aim at that target, you're going to get somewhere near it, and then you'll be happy. But people that learn about the bullseye, aim at the bullseye, and then when they don't hit the bullseye, they have an expectation of getting a bullseye. When they don't hit the bullseye, it's crushing to them, and then they end up not getting where they want to go. It just brings their just crushes their self-love, basically. So they don't want to love themselves, so then they harm themselves instead. It's an interesting response, but we're interesting creatures.
It's more about surrender. Yeah, a lot of it is to do with surrender and just not being so attached to I've got to do that, I've got to achieve this, I've got to aim at this, because that's puts so much pressure on you. What if you don't? And all of a sudden, I just naturally want to go that way anyway, but all of a sudden you find yourself in a place where you're not under pressure. You've got a natural desire to grow and to be healthy and to be strong and to be fit. Totally.
And I find the longer people eat, like a raw vegan, fresh fruits and vegetable kind of diet without all the condiments and oils, and I just find people become more self-accepting and more accepting of others, and life just gets so much easier and is so much more open to allowing joy into your life.
That's right. That's great. That's wonderful. Thank you very much for this information, and I hope you benefited from it. Please post your comments below. What are your thoughts on self-love? Do you see it as something that can really advance you? Do you see it as something that you still need to develop, and what importance do you place on it? Post your comments below. Thank you, Grant. Thank you very much, everyone. See you again. Bye.